What's going on, C3 family? Thanks for stopping by for another live at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're here Monday through Friday, 0000 UTC. So if you haven't already, smash the like, hit the subscribe if you find value in this content. Check out our Telegram group. We have a really great public chat Telegram where we talk about cryptos. If you're interested in any projects being reviewed, please throw them in there. As well as we have a Instagram we post multiple times a day along with a Facebook page. So welcome to Live at 5. My name's Jake, and if you're not aware, we're doing a giveaway for a Nano Ledger S. So this is our incentive for you guys to subscribe. We'll be giving it away at 1,000 subscribers. So what's going on this weekend? Well, is there going to be a crypto rally? Will altcoins and Bitcoin move up this weekend? That's what we're going to be talking about, along with our favorite layer one projects. And these are tokens that are built directly on their own ecosystem and blockchain. So with that being said, I'm going to toss it right over to Al and get some technical analysis going.
Thanks, Jay. I appreciate it. Let me go ahead and throw my screen up on here. Sorry about that. I didn't get preemptive. Should be right here. Let's go ahead and start with CoinGecko and just take a look at what's up for the 24-hour. We see Bitcoin's 1.7% up, Ethereum 6.2%, but I want to see really what's up. So we can see Celsius Networks up 12% for the day, Chainlink's up 6% for the day, Ethereum's up 6%, Crypto.com, CRO token up 5.9% for the day. BAT token, basic attention token. What a rad browser to check out too. If you're unfamiliar with the project, highly recommend it. I do use the BAT browser and I love getting paid for my data. So anyways, great projects. Qcoin KCS token up 5.4% for the day. So that's always fun to take a look at and get an idea of market health. Let's go ahead and also see where is the volume in today's money going. So all the money going into crypto, I want to know where's that volume. So we'll stick to 1 day. We'll go to volume. And you can see that the majority of volume's gone into BTC, with it being next proportionately Ethereum. But over here, you can see Luna. So Luna Terra is one of our favorite projects on this channel, and it's actually going to be the altcoin that we'll be talking about later in the charts. So now that we know what we're going to be going into, let's go ahead and dive right into the charts. So as you can see, started on Terra, but let's start at the beginning. We like to start here with the total market cap. So this is all of the money invested into cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of the alts, which creates this beautiful chart that we look at that is currently worth, as of now, $1.675 trillion. So we have been as high as, I believe, 3. Let's go ahead and get a confirmation on that. We've been as high as $2.96 trillion in the peak of this market. So we're excited to break the $3 trillion mark, but currently we're about 48 to 50% below that level. So what does this chart tell us? This chart actually tells us some positive things, and I think this is pretty hopeful. Definitely not confirmation yet, but very hopeful so far. And let's figure out why. So as you can see, one of our favorite indicators, Market Cipher, and if you're unfamiliar with them, check them out below. But this indicator below is called Market Cipher B. And this is one of our favorite indicators. And what you can see is what's called a VWAP, which is representing the amount of money coming back into the market. And right here and right here are positive points in this indicator. So Market Cipher B is a satisfied indicator. Let's see what Market Cipher A is showing us. And let me remind you, we're on 6-hour candles. And we generally want to look for something along the lines of a 12 to 14 plus in numerical value when we're looking at our market cipher A indicators. And right here, you can see we've gone from a 15 to a 16 with a -5 above, which courtesy of our AI indicators is a very bullish sentiment for the 6-hour candle. So we can slide over here for the day and see how do they feel about crypto going into the weekend. And it looks like they're fairly positive in sentiment in regards to crypto and going into the weekend. But let me remind you guys, the weekends are the moments of the least amount of liquidity in the market. And less liquidity makes it easier to manipulate. So be careful when we don't have the stability of the institutional investors during the week to provide the liquidity necessary for our markets to be stable. So that's why we generally do not encourage people to be going into the markets and making any kind of irrational decision on the weekends, or trying to make some sort of decision or dictate the trend of the market on the weekend. But enough of total market cap. Let's go ahead and look at the vital signs for all of our favorites, and that is the altcoins. And let me tell you guys, this is one of my favorite charts in the last few hours. This is starting to show really bullish sentiment. You can see market cipher B down here has a what we call a buy dot, this green little dot right here. It's a positive encouragement showing the market has turned around. Generally, when you see green dots, it's a uptrend shortly after. So we can take a look at what happens the last time we had green dot representations. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 uptrend candles on 6 hours. Over here, we had our green dot. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 6-hour candles of uptrend. Over here, we had another green dot, and we proceeded up to about 8 or 9 6-hour candles of uptrend. So this is definitely not a trend reversal, but this shows some possible relief in the near future, and hopefully a relief rally over this weekend. So let's go ahead and slide into our favorite, Bitcoin. This is the backbone of the crypto market, and let's see what this chart's telling us. So as you can see, we're chilling on the day candles. On 1-day candles, each candle represents a 24-hour period. And as we discussed earlier, we're looking for higher numbers below and lower numbers above for our market cipher indicators to be telling us that this is a positive or upward trend momentum. And we've gone from a 17 to a 20 with a -5 above. So the ratio there is a positive sentiment insinuating that we'll have at least some form of upward momentum for the next day or two. So I'm hopeful going into the market. I like seeing our market cipher B indicators, which are definitely insinuating the same story and showing that we can expect some form of upward momentum, at least going into the weekend. Now, let me remind you guys, this is only short-term analytics. This is 24 to 48 hour analytics. Because when we go over to the chart that really is telling us the story, this is the chart that we're trying to break you guys into the habit of looking at on a daily basis. This is the dollar, and this is Bitcoin. So on the top chart, we have Bitcoin, and on the bottom chart, we have the US dollar represented in an index. And this is, you can look up the ticker DXY under index in TradingView and pull this chart up. As you can see, the dollar has actually had nothing but bullish momentum since we've been talking about it the last few days. And yesterday on our stream, it had 96 cents on the dollar of purchasing power. And today we're up to 97 and a quarter. And that's something to pay attention to. The dollar is showing unusual strength, and that's not really a great sign for any of our asset classes or asset investments. That being said, this chart up here is showing some hopeful relief on the Bitcoin bloodshed that we've been seeing. And you can see our indicators are at least hoping for the next 22 to 48 hours of positive upward momentum. So I would like to see Bitcoin start to test its 50 EMA, and I'd really like to see Bitcoin break above its 200 EMA. And that's when we'll be excited about this market again. Until then, all we can do is watch it every day. But enough of all that nonsense. Let's talk about our favorites. And everyone loves their altcoins. And today we love Luna. Luna Terra is a phenomenal project in the space. They are a reign of terror when it comes to price movement. And I don't think they're going anywhere. So over here, you can see Luna Terra has fallen. And when projects like this that have such utility and so much value behind them fall to this magnitude, I get excited. This is like when you walk in the store and see your favorite shirt on clearance. This is a great opportunity to get into something that you absolutely believe in. So right here, you can see in Luna's existence, we've had a pretty strong respect for our 200 EMA, and we've seldomly fell under our 50 EMA, but when we do, we try to recover under short manner. So for example, this yellow line right here represents our 50 EMA, and this pink line represents our 200 EMA. So right here, you can see we got challenged by our 50 EMA. We fell below and included to fall below our 200 EMA, but it wasn't for any more than 60 days. I mean, we're talking less than 2 months of struggle before it ripped right above it. And besides that, there hasn't really been too much time in Luna's existence or time in our space where it's really struggled to be above its 50 EMA as well as its 200 EMA. So looking back in the chart, I noticed that we've continued to respect it here as well as here. So I anticipate that we'll respect it around here. And I've been eyeing Luna at about $50 and below. And right now we're at those levels. So I have all eyes on Luna. And in fact, Jake, why don't you explain to us the value of Luna and some of these layer ones?
Right on, Al. Thank you for that technical analysis. All right, C3 family. Luna Terra is a layer one crypto project. So you may be asking yourself, what is a layer one? So pulled this article up real simple over here on CoinMarketCap, and a layer one blockchain is a set of solutions that improves the base protocol itself to make the overall system a lot more scalable. There are two most common layer one solutions. These are consensus protocol changes as well as sharding. So when it comes to consensus protocol changes like ETH, are moving from older, clunkier consensus protocols such as proof of work, POW, to much faster and less energy wasteful protocols such as proof of stake. So sharding is one of the most popular layer one scalability methods. Sharding breaks these transaction sets into small data sets, which are known as shards, and these can then be processed by the network in parallel. So if you're curious about layer one versus layer two, we have this article linked in the description below. We're not going to bore you with reading on the live stream. So I wanted to show you guys the charts and some accumulation levels. So like what Al was pulling up earlier on Luna Terra, we really need to hold this 200 moving average. If we do not hold that 200 average and we fall below this $30 level, it could look really nasty. So this is some zones. We would be setting prices in the $45 range, even down to 30 for some crazy black market event or something, Black Friday. So our next project that we're going to be talking about is ADA. And man, it does not look good for Cardano. Cardano has fallen below major support, which is this $1.20 to kind of $1.12 range. And it has had a hard time coming back up. Cardano as a project's been having a really hard time. Their social sentiment isn't that great. I've been seeing a lot of tweets, people saying they just sold their Cardano bag and got into something else like Polygon or Solano.
Solano did just have their Sunday swap collaboration, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. and it didn't seem like a very good launch. Sunday swap did not seem to go very well. So I think the price was reflected in that. But anyway, if some accumulation levels for ADA, I would be going looking at the dollar to about 85 cents, 84 cents. And if it falls below that, ladies and gentlemen, it is not looking good. So let's jump into Avalanche, AVAX, and right now Avalanche is holding this 200 moving average, this pink line right here. And this is kind of do or die situation for Avalanche, because if it cannot hold this 200 moving average, there's a really good chance we're going to fall back down to this first pool of liquidity, anywhere from $51 to 41. And then if it gets even worse, we could really see a target of 35 to $26. So this is something to keep your eyes on. It really needs to hold this 200 moving average. And as you can tell, we're kind of at a major resistance support level right now. So let's jump into another favorite, Binance Smart Chain. This again is a layer one crypto. Binance has some of the best transaction fees across the crypto space. I really like using them. We have a video on how to create a Binance Smart Chain wallet down in the description. So right now, Binance Coin is also not looking that great in the fact that we're kind of coming in for a death cross right here. 200 moving average crossing below the 50 is not a good sign. That is typically a bearish movement. So we have some accumulation zones anywhere from like the 289 down to the 250 range. So Binance, we won't spend too much time on there, but it doesn't look the best for them. So Polkadot, another one of our favorite projects that actually, in my opinion, is flirting on the edges of death. In my opinion, of course, this is just financial opinion, never advice. This is forming a huge M formation. So Polkadot needs to really hold these levels, this 14 to $17 range, for it to actually look bullish. In my opinion, it's come a long way from its last resistance support line at $25. So, you may see some really good pricing, but it also may be pretty risky. Solano, another one of our favorite projects, actually really solid utility. It can do as many transactions, if not more, than Visa or MasterCard in a single second. But what we're seeing here is another death cross, the 200 coming down below the 50. And that's why I have some accumulation zones. The first one is $84 to 74. And if it can't hold this small liquidity pool, we're definitely coming down to the $50 range. So it's not really looking that good. We're quite a bit below our 200 moving average. We're almost 40% below it. So that's typically not a good sign. Um, let's check out Polygon MATIC. This is actually a really solid project. This is a layer two scaling solution. It's a layer one, but it also has layer twos and layer threes built on top of it. It makes it really efficient blockchain. So right now, the reason I have this liquidity box from $1.60 down to the dollar range is because if it cannot hold this level right now, it's definitely not looking good for Matic. But I believe because of the utility and the amount of institutional investors in this project that it's gonna keep growing. I think it's here to stay. And it also, if you look at the gap in between the moving averages, this gap to here, you see quite a significant gap. So we don't see the same movement towards a death cross as we did before. So that rounds out the layer one altcoin picks. These are levels we're watching for. Thank you guys very much for stopping by. Smash the like, hit the subscribe. And without further ado, why don't we introduce some really fun play to earn games and some NFT projects to look at.
For that, Jake. That was very informative, and it's going to kind of tie in a little to some of the projects I'm doing. In any case, what's up, C3 fam? Always remember, smash those likes, hit the subscribe if you're new, and it's gonna be 1 sec here. Let's get right into this. All right, so once again, we're just checking out kind of NFT projects. Ecomi still sitting at the top. They're actually looking green, looking pretty healthy today. Same with Mana, Decentraland. Let's scale down though a little bit. Let's get out of some of these top movers and just see kind of the coins we don't know about. So first one I'm going to talk about is Universe. So let me here we go. Universe XYZ. So these guys are kind of pumping pretty hard today. They're actually up about 18% already, almost 19%. Sitting at 18 cents. They're actually a really cool project. I went and checked it out, but you can see they took quite a nice little dip here and then just kind of rocketed right back up, and they seem to be holding some support. But they've been up as high as 57 cents. So, they're pretty low, and maybe this is a rally to get into. But the reason why they're actually cool, it's a project built on the Ethereum blockchain. Obviously, NFT project. Most NFT projects are going to be. If they're not, they're going to be on, MATIC and Solana or things like that. But what's cool about them is that they have different kind of solutions. So every sort of collectible you have in their universe is just minted as an NFT, and the NFTs that you do mint, they don't. They're working on a scenario where they don't charge you gas fees. That comes in on a secondary buy down the line, which is really cool. Along with 100% of the first sale going to the owner or the creator of the NFT. So that's pretty cool that they're trying to cater directly to a creator's perspective. So that's pretty cool. But also we're going to look at Atari. Atari, just cool, caught my eye because it's just old school gaming. But they had a decent little rally today. For the most part, they're up 9%. They're sitting at 3 cents, but obviously their all-time high is 78 cents. And if you just come and check them out, they're actually pretty cool project. Basically, this to me was what will integrate into like maybe more hardcore gamers. Right here, their little skills matter. We are working on innovative games in which you can stake tokens against other players. We intend to list Atari token on as many exchanges as possible, allowing token holders to easily make exchanges for other currencies. Choice of platforms will depend on different criteria, yada, yada, yada. However, that's kind of a big plan. They essentially want to cater, in what I think, to every sort of NFT collectible that will be branch through games, outside of just the NFT kind of marketplace of artwork and all that, real estate and things like that. But they're pretty cool. If you want to check them out, their platform is really easy. Super easy to go and buy yourself coins, very intuitive, nothing hard to it. Connect your mask and it's right there. But another one we're going to talk about is Gameswap. Gameswap is actually up 24%, which is pretty cool. They're actually sitting at 844. No, their all-time high, excuse me, is $8.44. They're at $1.81 right now. But what's cool about this project is these collectibles are strictly for in-game, and it looks more like more heavy PC and console games. And they're already priced high. So in here you can go and if you're into games like Destiny, and like you can see here, Horizon Zero Dawn, No Man's Sky, Cyber Assault, I believe those two are PC. These two are console heavy games. So you can create rifles, ships, weapons, put them right on a marketplace, make them functionable in game, sell them, turn a profit, cater to the gaming community. It's actually pretty cool. And for the most part, let me see. As far as that goes, there's a lot of games pumping today. Not everything is gaming based. Some of them are just NFT platforms. But yeah, wow. We have had quite a bit of green in the NFT space. So I would recommend any of you guys looking for something green and at good prices, come check these out. A lot of them are really cool. everything I've covered so far has continued to pump. But we're going to keep it short and sweet for the most part. And speaking of NFTs, this is my little profile page here. You can see some of the stuff I have loaded up on Rarible. But pretty much going to close it off. So as always, thank everyone for joining in. I'm going to keep delivering.
Wait a minute, Sifu. Wait a minute. Before I let you close this off, how do we get to that page? Make it simple for us. How do we get to your Rarible? Walk us through this process.
Well, basically, just go on Rarible. Just type in Rarible on your server. It'll pop right up. And as soon as you get to it, literally just in the search engine up here, type in Sifu Crypto, and it'll pull right up. It'll just pull you right to my page, all the things I have loaded up so far. Taking a little while to load. But I have a bunch of artwork, and I'm also working on a piece right now. But,
you want to give us a sneak preview?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think our people like it. Little teaser right there.
All right. Give me 1 second. So, and this is a close-up shot. Let me just click on here. And so this is the teaser right here, the Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow coming soon. I got a lot of work to do, but I will be heavily working. And with that, definitely gonna thank everyone for joining in. I'm gonna close it out. Not sure if you guys got anything else to say.
Actually, we are going to go ahead and go into the aftermath. We got a few comments going on over on the comments, and we appreciate all of you guys commenting, letting us know what you're interested in. And that's what the aftermath is designed for. So thank you so much, Sifu. Appreciate that. Excited for it. And I'm excited to see that sneak peek come to fruition. Those of you that are interested, get on now. You know where to go. But let's go ahead and jump in and answer some of these aftermath questions. So what we have going on, and if you're new to the channel, please be sure to go ahead, like it, subscribe it, do whatever you want to do. That's all good with us, but we're just going to talk some charts. People want to talk about ADA, they want to talk about Luna, and they want to talk about MATIC. And for all good reasons. And like Jake brought up earlier, those are all layer ones. And so those are all worth talking about. They'll probably be the rally of this next run. So let's go ahead and look at each one of them. Right now, I got MATIC pulled up. And I'm really only going to reiterate what Jake already discussed. What we have here are what we are looking at for accumulation zones. And like we've been talking about all week long, we're expecting a little bit more downward momentum from the market. That's what we're seeing in these charts. So right here, our accumulation zone will be staggered from 107, 111, all the way down to 75 cents. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this could get ugly. Be prepared to profit off of the ugliness. Like, it's only bad if you're trading in the wrong direction. This is a beautiful opportunity. Have your orders placed. Definitely not financial advice. If you were taking financial advice, it shouldn't be from anyone that looks like this. So that being said, let's go ahead and move on to our next favorite projects. Luna. What we talked about it earlier. Enough said. I'm not even going to go there. We have a death cross, aka it's been on clearance. We've pretty much hit our fucking cross. I mean, pardon my French, and I try my best not to cuss on this channel, but we've hit X marks the spot. So what are we looking for? We're either accumulating now or we're anticipating absolute bloodshed. We're coming down here to the $23, $24 range, all the way down to the $13, $12 range. And I understand this is not what we want to hear. This price point is absolutely frightening to people holding these bags. But for those of us that are new in crypto, this is a brilliant opportunity to do what we like to call John Wick some of these price points. And that is when you snipe wicks so dirty and low that you got to be John to do so. And that's, you have to have these orders presented beforehand and ready to go. So we'll slide over to ADA, something that I've had so much fun swing trading my whole time in crypto because it's a great project and there's a lot of liquidity in it. But a lot of people don't appreciate my opinion on price points. And I think that the accumulation zone on ADA should really be assuming that there's possible bloodshed ahead, and anywhere from the 92, 93 cent range all the way down to the 67 cent range. And I'm sorry, I hate to be the one to say that these may be potential accumulation zones. And for those of you holding bags, I understand that you wish you sold at $2 or $3, but these are real possibilities, and this is an opportunity to get into projects at price points from 2-3 years ago. And I think that's something that we all need to remember. It is what you make out of it, and this can be catastrophic or this could be a blessing, and we're going to capitalize on this bloodshed and make it a blessing. Once again, I will reiterate, this is not financial advice. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. But we're all here for fun. We're all playing the crypto game, and we're all here for the gains. And this price point's absolutely unbelievable compared to where we were at 4 or 5 months ago. People would beg to have these opportunities, and the fundamentals haven't changed. Remember that, people. The fundamentals have not changed. That being said, I hope everyone enjoyed tonight's stream. Thanks again for tuning in for a live at 5.
Hey, Al,
we love you guys.
Let's FTM. We got one more in the aftermath.
Send it.
FTM.
It's Friday. We're here for OT.
Send it. Yeah. All right. I'll jump into it if you want.
Let's
real
go.
quick.
Take it over, J-Man.
Cool. All right, being producer and technical analysis. Let me just pull this up real quick. All right, FTM Fantom on the fly. Here we go. All right, so as you can see, Fantom right now on the daily chart, it is pushing up against this 50 moving average right now. So it actually looks like a little bit of rejection happening right now. So for me, I would actually be looking at a possible $1.55. I would try to snipe somewhere down in this 200 moving average range, because Lord knows that if it comes up to this 50 EMA, it's just like trading a channel. This looks exactly like a channel. So if it gets rejected up here, there's a really good chance it's going to come back to the bottom of the channel, which would be where the 200 moving average is at. So that's where we would be looking for accumulation on this. This is another really great layer 1 solution. We did not have it planned to go over, but it could potentially get down nasty into the $1.26 to the crazy 93 cent range that we saw.
Jake, I was hoping you would go there, because that's where my liquidity pocket is on my chart. It's absolutely where you just showed. It's about the 127 to 92 cent range, because we want a John Wick. We're looking at possible bloodshed. We want those glory orders where you wake up in the morning and you can't believe you got the price point that you did. And I think those are the orders that our people are curious about. The feasible wick orders. And I love it. I love seeing you pull up the exact box of liquidity that I have on my chart. This is brilliant. I'll show it. This is my chart, and that's Jake. Oh man. That's Jake.
It's okay. Right here. Here we go.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love it.
All right, guys. Well, I think this is pretty much going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for stopping by. We really appreciate you. And have a good weekend. And honestly, I wouldn't do anything too drastic, anything too crazy. Just keep watching your moving averages and your support and resistance line. So with that being said, guys, remember to stay happy, healthy,
wealthy. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your weekend. C3 over and out.